Hello, today is January the 26th, 2023. I filmed a video in the middle of the night when I was under assault by the Antichrist, and this electricity and this energy was just draining my soul and my whole body. And but before it happened, they opened after dark every night now. Things get cuckoo, crazy. They send demons or vampires and they open a portal. And what happens is this energy enters my home and it can touch me. It can knock things off my desk. It killed my dogs. It can give you heart attacks. And there's a real Antichrist here in some sort of human form, controlling the whole planet, giving orders to everything. So the only reason I'm here is because after they killed my mother and my father, I couldn't find closure. They said that Bob's ex and Alex Sisico had chosen them years ago, before my parents didn't even know them, to try to steal their soul. Now there are hunters in this town that won't let me leave my town because they surround me and say they're draining my energy so that they can steal my soul. And so I have this beautiful little girl, Twinkles. She's a godsend. She was like Jesus. And everyone says that they somehow put my mother's soul in her body after she was killed, but I don't know if it's true. But I know that Twinkles was not like any dog, and dog spelled backwards is God. So she was so inquisitive that she liked to bark at animals on the television when she was a puppy. And she could notice things neither me or Bob could. Like if there was a Western on he was watching, there was some cow or horse in the distance, past like the actor and there was this one time there was this first pen of horses behind this actor. But off in the mountains there was like cows. And she could see beyond. In an instant, she had lightning fast brilliance. She could instantly notice if somebody was bad, if somebody was good. I never had to tell her words more than 3 or 4 times. She grasped them. She knew thousands of words. She knew 200 words the first year I had her when she was a puppy. No dog does that. She had a sixth sense. She can know what you were going to do a lot of times before you did it. But her greatest gift was love. She never could stand if me or Bob had an argument. She would put us together. She would show us things, only the higher power could. So there was definitely a power in her I've never seen in any human or animal, supreme intelligence. And so later, whenever I shunned this Antichrist that's been trying to keep me in fear, and I said, I'm not going to let you make me afraid, he'd tell me he was going to kill family members, and the locals would. They call them the clowns. And they did, because I stopped listening to this thing and writing. Killed my dad when I stopped writing. But even when I was loyal and working all the time, and they built this empire, stories, games, it was still attacking me in the background, in the shadows without my awareness, harming people I cared about. It was still there. And they kept telling me, if you don't write, we're going to kill you. And we're going to make you into energy, and you're going to make the world a better place because you'll become energy. I lived with this terror for 25 years. The thing has lost power over me, so it's been blinding me more the past week. It's been destroying my spine more. It's destroying my appearance more because I've been trying to make a new road in life. My husband, after all these years under attack with me, he bought a ticket again. It's like the 4th ticket he's bought, trying to get me to go to Caribbean, where we bought a place to try to get away from this. But this hunters here won't let me. They killed my father before. They won't let me leave. They play that deliverance song. They're sick. They put my land in their property. But what is the worst thing is, after they killed my little girl, they told me Panuzu, she belonged to Panuzu. And I could take pictures, and her little face was in the concrete. It's like God was giving me signs. And there's all kinds of faces here. They say it before, it's the same kind of stuff that these aliens left years ago. I call demons, like when they left crop circles. Well, they come to my land and leave much more than that. And I've shown you pictures. So her little face is appearing. Well, this neighbor out back he's an electrician and goes to school. And another neighbor, they said that Alex Asico sent all these businesses, moved here a few years ago to do experiments, they said was to kill the things that mattered most to me. And they put my little girl in the garage. And after they killed her, they started coming and doing rituals every night to try to lure her little soul down to the creek to try to give her to the Antichrist in the creek that you see in the power lines. They send souls to the creek, and then they destroy their souls. And so they tried to hold me here a prisoner when I want to leave. I mean, that was the ultimate thing. You know, my little dog, I'm ready to get the hell out of here as fast as I can go. But when I was in other cities, they broke in, destroyed my property, did $25,000 worth of damage the last time when I was out west. I got an RV. They attacked me harder in an RV because there's no rooms to run to. There's no place to hide. So now they're trying to get me to leave my house because they try to kill me when I leave here, and they think this offers some sort of barrier. And now, because I guess I keep praying, they're trying to get me to start dressing a certain way and doing my makeup and hair a certain way and become like a sugar baby for these people that are running, I guess, Warner Brothers and Disney, and it's crazy. So what hurts me the most is before they attacked me last night, they told me they're going to destroy my mom's ghost if I don't comply. And then they opened a portal, and then I could feel lots of spirits here touching me, and very sweet spirits, beautiful. And then if I go outside, they told me they put my poor little dog, she's crying in a rock. If you run past the rocks, an energy will come out and hold your hand. And above my house, after they killed my little girl, they showed me her face with what looked like this devil, but she was still sweet looking. And they said, it is the devil. The devil's here on rocks. But if I complied and made a deal with the devil, he could save her. So that's where I am today. I'm thinking to myself, if God had power here today, would he let these things happen unless he has some ultimate plan, the finale, to save all these souls? But how can it be so horrible that Jesus has walked with me and he looks just like the face they've just recently proven is his on the Shroud of Turin? He looks exactly like it, but he's covered in blood. He still has a crown of thorns on his head. And I think that he's still being held some kind of prisoner by someone running this empire. And I think that all this devil wants from me is to use and abuse me and now try to impregnate me so that it has something else that's a part of me to destroy and taint. And I think the devil really hates me.